My name is Marlon du Toit, professional wildlife photographer and safari guide. And I am back here with the team at Ironman 4x4 South Africa to continue the build on my Toyota Hilux. This is the second phase, which is the final phase where we kit the vehicle, all the final extras that we need to go out on an adventure, to go and explore, and to go out into the wilderness. So naturally, you need a place to sleep. What we went with is the Nomad 1300 rooftop tent from Ironman. It's the slightly smaller version compared to the 1400 series, but I chose this on purpose. What it does for me is it allows me a little bit of a smaller space in terms of the rooming, but still more than enough for 2 people and some bags, but also lets me pack some things on my rooftop rack in front of the tent. One of the biggest frustrations also of the rooftop tent is the time it takes to set up and the effort involved in that. What I love about this, it's pretty quick and easy. It really doesn't take more than a few minutes to get it completely set up and you'll be comfortable and well taken care of from then on. It's a great setup. It's smaller, it's lighter, it doesn't take up too much space, and the fact that it expands gives you more than enough space to be comfortable as a couple or a family of 2 or 3. Really excited to put this tent to the test. As a wildlife photographer, content creator, you have a ton of gear, laptops, cameras, phones. I've got to keep the equipment charged, fully powered at all times. You never know when you're going to need an extra battery. I'm so stoked that Ironman was able to take care of the power supply in my vehicle. They've set it up in such a way that charging is made quickly and easily and efficiently, and the dual battery system, the second battery specific for that purpose, running the fridge, running the electronics, really sorts that out. In the back of my cab, I have the maxi case. Now this slots in on my cargo slide and right beneath my Bushtec storage trays, and it takes up all of that dead space. I'm able to stack it with dry goods, with clothing, anything really, without having it fall around or flop around in the vehicle, and it keeps it really neat. Right behind the Bushtec storage trays, I have an upright standing Ironman water tank, and attached to that is a nozzle that comes out on the front of the car where you can wash your shoes with, get drinking water from, and just use it for whichever need you may find. Just really nice and packable, really well designed to fit in and take up minimal space. So on the side of my vehicle, I have the Ironman 4x4 270 Delta Wing. It's a great awning design that allows you to wrap it around most of the car in the back, giving you shade. Also on the top of my car, I have the Ironman tread tracks. I've chosen to mount them on top of my roof rack. They look great and they really are functional. If ever you're stuck, those are the things that's going to get you unstuck with all the other recovery equipment that you have from Ironman. Now, I know it's easy to think of Ironman 4x4 as bull bars and bumpers and all the big stuff, but the reality is they have a ton of equipment, top quality, extremely well-made equipment to make your life easier when you're out in the field with your camping rig. So I'm pretty excited because in just a couple of weeks, we're actually going to take this vehicle and put it through its paces. I'm heading out with the team from Ironman 4x4 here. We're going to go into the Northern Cape, not only to test the vehicle and have some fun on that side, but also to do some photography and to teach you about photography. Not wildlife, which I'm accustomed to, but something pretty new and exciting, which is landscapes and stars. It's a very beautiful area, so the night photography is gonna be on another level. So excited to finally get out there and have some fun.
Dis wel vroeg, baie vroeg. Moet my make-up doen, ekskuus.
Our first destination was Kakamas in the Northern Cape, and we were patiently waiting on our last arrival.
Môre Dirk,
Kom is jy laat?
ek het my kussing vergeet.
Okay, valid reason.
Jammer hoor. Sal nie weer nie.
Okay.
Ek jaag so baie dat jy al my drawers in die ys gehou.
Ek het my kussing vergeet.
Het hom laas gegryp. Dis die laaste ding kussing en handdoeke. Is die twee laaste wat ek nou ingegooi het.
His coffee's on the wall. Penalties.
I forgot his pillow.
I'm gonna have to get an extra Jägermeister. You forgot your pillow?
Yeah.
I had to turn back. I forgot my pillow.
I
Penalty.
just realized now.
Yes.
The long day of travel meant we could take it easy at Khamkirri campsite next to the Orange River and catch up with some old friends. One thing was for sure, this was going to be one cold trip.
Good morning and welcome to another episode of the Ironvan Adventures. My name is Dirk Smit and this is Willow. Willow is from Khamkirri campsite just outside of the town of Kakamas, one of my favorite campsites, and this is a very special episode. We are touring with one of our brand ambassadors, Marlon du Toit, a very good photographer, and we're going to be learning a bit more about star photography and landscape photography. And today's plan is we are driving around the Grabis to the Blowpits Road to Riemvasmaak, and the plan is to stay at Riemvasmaak tonight, and then the day after we are going to Verneukpan, where we're going to do some star photography and then ending it off in Witsand. Hope you enjoy the journey with us, and if you do like the videos, please like and subscribe and share with your friends. Willow, you gonna go with us? You gonna travel with us? Nah, he's gonna stay here. Hey Willow.
Our first setting was arguably one of the most beautiful roads in South Africa.
Right, so we are now on a very cool dusty track between Grabis and Riemvasmaak and looking for incredible landscapes. And I think there's both a beautiful side to driving in your vehicle, overlanding in some of the most beautiful terrain, and the challenges that you are in a vehicle and you kind of have to deal with what you come along. And that's why planning is so important in landscapes, in environment kind of photography and the landscape type of photography, is because you can choose where you're going to find yourself, and it's all an adventure. For me, driving out in these terrains, it's the first time that I'm in this part of South Africa, believe it or not. It's about the beauty that you find yourself within at that point in time. Right now it is 12 o'clock, it's midday. It's typically considered challenging light for photography. But for me, always what trumps a difficult photograph is a story and just true natural beauty. And as we drive along this road now, we're going to be looking for exactly that. We're in a vehicle, and the benefit to that is that you are able to stop. You're free to drive. You're looking for landscapes, you're looking for environments, you're looking for scenes, and you're looking for stories. And in landscape photography, for me, something that I always keep in the back of my mind is that it is difficult. Typically, which I do is I shoot through a telephoto lens. If I shoot through the long lenses, I'm eliminating a lot of possible distractions. So, you zoom down on your subject or your chosen scene, and while I'm on that, don't think that a longer lens can't be a landscape lens. You actually can get away and shoot beautiful landscapes at longer lenses or longer focal lengths. But what I find with a long lens is you're eliminating distractions, and you typically are zooming in and focusing on that part of the scene that you're most interested in. It could be a beautiful mountain, it could be a sunrise, it could be the moon, whatever it is. You're eliminating things that are going on either side of that. But the challenge in general landscape photography, and the wider the lens gets, the smaller the lens gets, now all of a sudden you're finding that you're including a whole lot more on either side of your frame. And this is probably the most important thing that you can focus on. You can have, make a mistake in aperture. You can make a mistake today in exposure, if the skies are too bright or the shadows are too dark. Cameras today have incredible dynamic range. In other words, you can still get a lot out of the clouds even though they're very bright. You can still lift a lot of shadows even though they're really dark. The one thing you can't redo is bad composition, okay? So when you're driving out, when you're looking at scenes, I would almost dare say err on the side of shooting a little bit wider than what you normally would. You can always just crop in a touch if you have to. And I promise you, if you can get that down, composition is the one thing. I go about all around the world teaching photography. And I promise you, sometimes I almost just want to walk around like this and, put your finger closer further and almost spot the frame before just picking a camera up and shooting. Study the content, so the contours of the line, what the clouds are doing. You can use clouds to such an advantage, whether there's an elephant in the foreground, whether there's a river, whether it's a tree or a rock of the ocean, whatever it is, you can use clouds and foreground to create lines, to create leading lines into the image, to create a contour in order to frame a tree or a car or a vehicle that we're going to be doing today. There's a lot of cool things you can do just by studying and looking at what's happening around you. So again, looking for great environments and views and sceneries and backdrops, trying to tell the story of where you are, the type of terrain you're interacting with, where you're putting the subject, which in this case is a vehicle, and it looks awesome. So driving past, just saw the backdrop, and important elements is a sense of depth, which we have here. We can put the vehicle close. We have these layers of rocks and grass all the way through to the blue in the back, and it just looks beautiful. I think that depth already creates this shot. Put the vehicle in front, make it the hero of the frame, and you just have a beautiful shot that is worth stopping for and capturing. So part of what I'm trying to do is, we're in a beautiful environment. It's super rocky, rugged, but the skies are blue. It's a gorgeous day out. And I'm just trying to put the vehicles within this environment. And it's not always about being right up against them or putting them as the hero of the frame. It's often to showcase the environment just with the vehicles in there. And what it does is it gives you a point of contact in the sense that you have you're leading the viewer's eye straight into the vehicle. So that's the first thing they see. It's very obvious in a landscape. You put a white or a black car, that's what they're going to see. But because the vehicle is a small part of the frame, immediately the viewer is left to explore wider and they start looking around. But the vehicle is the anchor. So we're just getting shots, wider shots. I've got a 16-35, a Sony. It's an f2.8 lens, but I'm not shooting at 2.8. I'm shooting detailed at f9, f11. Vehicle small, beautiful, rocky, rugged terrain all around. Let's go.
As we edged closer to the Riemvasmaak campsite, we had a small 4x4 section down into the canyon for some epic four-wheel drive shots.
you know, as a photographer, sometimes you have to make a bit of a sacrifice to get the shot. In this case, I had to exit my 4x4, and fortunately, the experienced Mick took control of the car, drove it down for me, which gave me the opportunity to jump behind the camera. And you'll see it's often a situation you find yourself in is, you know, as being the photographer, so, you know, you don't often get photos of yourself. Obviously, you're always behind the camera. And in this case, I really wanted to get photographs of my rig coming down. And things that I focus on in that scenario is to get close with a wide angle lens. So what it does, it's not landscape photography, but it's still using the same kind of gear. You're just telling a different story. The wide lens up close to a subject distorts it a little bit differently. And you end up getting the subject, in this case the vehicle, looking bigger than everything else around it. So what you can do is, let's say I'm keen to showcase the flex of the suspension and the wheel. The closer I get to the wheel, the bigger the wheel becomes in my frame and the smaller the rest of the vehicle. So it gives you a cool like effect and distortion look. If I want the whole vehicle looking more uniform and normal in terms of its appearance, I can step back 1 or 2 meters. The wide lens really reacts quickly to distance. So if I come closer to this lens, you'll see like all of a sudden it changes. I'm not sure what the focal length was there, but you'll get a different perspective even with this short distance on a wider lens. And that's exactly what I was after, just to make sure I had a fast enough shutter speed in case there was a bit of wheel spin or a bit of movement. But all of them shot between like 16 and 24 millimeters, lots of depth of field, f8, f9, nice sharp, nice and focused, and some good 4x4 content.
Mick, you can't go swim now. I know the water's hot, but it's a chilly breeze here. You'll catch the death of a cold, and that'll be trip over. And then what? And we've got to nurse you. It's the worst, nursing Dirk.
Yes, bro.
Ja, het is lekker. Het is so lekker.
Dirk, jy het al gesê.
Huh?
Jy swem nie.
Nick, are you focused?
I am now. Sorry about that, folks.
Missed the entry.
It's amateur hour here. Both in and out the pool.
Yes, it's lekker.
Tuesday night we are at the Riemvasmaak Springs campsite. Very rustic, very, very nice in the cliffs here. Lots of bird life, stunning photography, a nice campsite. Definitely worth the visit, absolutely. A bit of a four-wheel drive trek to get down here, which was super gnarly, which we all enjoyed. But now it's time for supper. The weather's a bit iffy, very overcast, it's spitting with rain, so the fire is probably not going to last. So with every trip we do, we have a couple of meals in the bag that doesn't require a fire, so keep that in mind. So if the weather's really bad and you can't make a fire, we're under the awning here, and we've got Kodak gas, which is always helpful, and we're going to be making some wraps, some fillet, and then Dirkie, if you want to get in close here, some health food, just in case.
Sorry, it's very dark. Just wanna.
Like that?
Yeah, boy.
There you go, look at that.
Cool.
All
Nice.
the good stuff, all the healthy stuff. So we've got some of that chopped. We're going to flash fry this fillet with some 6-gun, don't leave home without it. Some tzatziki, some hummus, some tomatoes, and just a quick nice wraps with meat and veg and all the healthy stuff for supper. And of course, where the hell's it gone? Here it is. Bevies, of course, absolutely. Cheers.
We had one more guest joining us all the way from America. Stephen Thompson and I met in Hogsback the previous year, and he was very keen to join us on this photography trip.
Well, looky here. Who arrived?
Howdy.
Welcome, Mr. Stephen
Hold it
Thompson.
up, right?
Thank you, Dirk. Cheers. What is it?
Oh, it's beef. You're not vegan or any shit like.
No.
Okay, well, it's beef and it's other good stuff. Off you go.
All right, cheers.
What
Dirk,
a welcome.
good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Yeah,
Lekker.
yeah. I've been at the gas station since the last time we hung out. The whole time.
Haven't moved.
Yeah.
So nighttime, beautiful time, campfire going, We just had a bit of a starter, got some boerewors on the grid. What a way to end a fantastic day out here in the Northern Cape in South Africa. And obviously we still want to continue our photographic experience, and this is not just a setup, but this cool rig behind me, this is actually where I'm going to be spending the night in my new Ironman tent, the full rig all set up, just ready to get comfortable. But I want to photograph it, and as you probably also want to do, you want to capture the experience. You want to show people where you are, the places you go to, make your friends want to come there as well, and create a bit of envy and jealousy. It's what we all want to do, but most of all we love sharing our experiences with others. And why not do it with great photography when it's actually pretty easy to get set up? I have a tripod here, I have a camera, I have a wide angle lens that can stop down to an aperture of 2.8. Even though now I'm not shooting at 2.8, you are able to then, if you do have an f2.8 lens, just get a little bit more light out of the scene, maybe a bit of light out of the sky and the foreground. And behind us here we have these beautiful cliffs. I could even get a bit of detail on the cliff still if I light it up well. But I've got it set up for the vehicle to be in the foreground. We have some fast moving clouds in the back. We have a moon coming up. And what's great is so often people will look at the moon and think, that's it, night photography done. But the moon and the clouds, it's really beautiful. If you have a long exposure and the clouds are moving really fast, like they are at the moment, the clouds almost become really smooth because you actually capture movement in the clouds, and it creates this really cool effect, especially as it gets darker and your shutter speed just gets slower and slower. So that's what we've done. We've got the camera set up. It's at 16mm. I might whip out the 14mm f1.8 soon to try as well, but at the moment it's working well, and we have a beautiful scene set up to photograph.
The clouds moved in and out with parts of rain throughout the night, but every so often it cleared up to show the beauty above.
Good morning out of the beautiful Riemvasmaak. One tip I have to give you on Riemvasmaak, it's quite difficult to book. The phone lines are always down, so just arrive and come camp here. I think about 2 this morning it came down with rain, and it's still a bit cloudy, and hopefully it clears out because we want to take some star photography tonight, and we are heading to Verneukpan, and that's Marlon du Toit. Hello.
Hello.
And hopefully it clears out and we get some good stars.
I think it will. It's all about up here, connecting with up there.
You have to connect.
It's going to happen.
We've got about
clear skies,
2 to 3 hours in the saddle, and some photography on the way.
And if it's not clear, we are skilled professionals and we work with what we get.
Are we going to Photoshop stars into the cloudy skies?
No Photoshop here, all original.
We had a quick fuel stop in Kakamas, and in no time we were back onto gravel for our next photography session.
right, we are here. We're on Verneukpan. For those who do not know what that means, go and Google it if you don't speak Afrikaans. But a great word for a beautiful pan. It's completely open, beautiful skies, great weather after the rain we had last night. And this is the spot we finally came here for, you know, the main attraction. Took us 2.5 days. Everybody is pumped. We're ready to get the cars out on this, the pan. Pan basically refers to a place that's flat, open, nothing in your way. And what it means for photography is a whole lot of fun. All right, without further ado, let's go.
First up was Marlon's Hilux with our expert driver Christo du Plessis behind the wheel.
Daddy didn't raise no fool, wouldn't let her date a boy till he taught her how to shoot. Daddy didn't play no games, wouldn't let her trade her name for a fake I do. Boy, you better know what you're getting into. This ain't no shotgun wedding that you're used to. The target is you. If you leave her standing all alone at the altar, daddy's daughter got a Smith and Wesson pistol that her daddy bought her hidden in a...
So make you up next. Check this. So this is the idea. This is into the sun.
Stunning.
So I want you to try and think about where the sun is the whole time. Keep the sun behind you, so you between me and the sun, and then come straight at me. Spotlights on, wheel spin. It's going to be backlit. It's great for black and white and color.
Okay.
And then the second shot is the sun on you. Okay, so you're going to have an idea where the sun is and just play in this area here. As you turn, I'm going to fire away.
Okay.
I'm doing fast shutter, so 4,000 of a second, everything's going to freeze. And then I'm also doing slower, so we get the wheel spin.
Okay. Just bear in mind the cruise is a lot slower than the Hilux.
No, you'll be fine. If it rolls, we'll have it on video. It'll be cool.
Excellent.
And photos.
Fantastic. All right.
Oh, you better know what you're getting into. This ain't no shotgun wedding that you're used to. The target is you. If you leave her standing all alone at the altar, daddy's daughter got a Smith and Wesson pistol that her daddy bought her hidden in a gutter, and she ain't afraid to use it. It's up to you how you're gonna be blood, just blood in the water, 'cause she can't help but knowing what her daddy taught, and she's her daddy's daughter.
Okay, got it. Don't roll over.
Mr. Steven, it's your turn.
Okay,
No pressure.
giddy up.
She'll be after you like hands behind a limousine, in a dirty white dress with a fully loaded magazine. Oh yeah, yeah. She'll be after you like hands behind a limousine.
Right, the next shot is a bit of a convoy shot with the Steadicam. Let's go.
I'm a mess, babe, why can't you see? No hope in what's left of me. I had to tell you before I fall asleep. Sitting there on the edge, babe.
With the light quickly disappearing, we had to move on to our next phase of photography, sunset, and then wait for the stars to emerge.
I am the wreckage in need of glue. Smash my guitar and stay in tune. Tired of the lies, they're old like me. Tripping all over you, babe. Tripping all over me. Tripping all over you, babe. Tripping all over me. Tripping all over you. Tripping all over me, yeah. I took a dive for an API. Babe, I wanna give it all to you. Give it all to me, babe, and I give it all to you. Give it all to me, babe, and I give the world to you.
So what an epic day. Finally made it to our destination for the evening on Verneukpan, and after loads of fun activities, just epic shots of the car doing what they're designed to do, which is give you a fantastic time out in the wilderness, out in the wild, in remote places. Finally we're here, we set up, the cars are ready, tents are up, just about to start with a fire, and I'm telling you, just the fact that just being here, immersed in this experience, sun setting behind, clouds that lit up, it literally looked like fire in the sky. Truly blessed with a day like no other. Now to find ourselves here, a group of friends about to have a barbecue together, enjoy dinner and good conversation about the day, it doesn't get much better. We're also going to do some photography. We're going to focus on the stars tonight. There's few places better than this. Very, very little, if at all, any light pollution around us. Gives us a chance to see the stars on this beautiful evening like nowhere else. I'm going to set up the vehicles to show camping under the stars, to give you a sense of what it's like to immerse yourself in this experience, to be here with us. That's the goal. Photography is storytelling. And the moment you can do that, when you can take a picture and invite somebody into that moment with you, you've won. And that's what we're going to try and do tonight with wide angle lenses, with the correct settings, the correct gear, and we're going to run it through and get beautiful shots with us under the stars here. Everything from static stars to moving skylines. We've already done the sunset. We're busy with time lapses, and that's the great thing about photography. Open up your mind to what's going on around you. Have the gear, have tripods ready, have extra batteries ready. We got our batteries on the inverter in the back there recharging. All of that helps you to be in a position to capture the moments that you so love. And always remember, it's about the story. What's the story here? It's a group of guys out on an adventure, having the time of their life. That's what we're trying to tell. And that's exactly what you should be doing in your photography. Tell the story, and most of all, enjoy the experience. For now, we're going to get ready. We're going to enjoy the evening. I can't wait to show you what we're going to see. Cut!
Right, everybody's going to bed. It is about 10 o'clock and the moon is still out, so we're going to wait to about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning for the proper stars to come out. But for now, good night. Good morning, it's about 4 in the morning and the moon hasn't gone down fully yet, but I think we're going to get some cool moon shots, and there's a bit of a cloud overhead, but I think that's going to be gone and we're going to see some proper stars. Let's have a look.
What an evening. That's something to remember. So Dirk and I were up at 3:30 this morning, or just before 4. We checked on our apps and saw that the moon would be setting around 4:23 a.m. We got ourselves ready and we just enjoyed some awesome photography. There's a little bit of cloud cover when we came out, but it soon dissipated, left us with a blanket of stars. We positioned the vehicles accordingly. Obviously being on the pan helps because it's so open and so beautiful. And so it just creates an opportunity for you to do that. So we put the vehicles where we wanted, and then we just kind of, took liberty and got shots of us on the cars, interacting with the vehicles, the cars on their own. Eventually we even did a time lapse, and that worked out very well, I think, just to see the stars moving behind the vehicles and us busy with the morning coffee. Sunrise time, we got the car out. We one of the guys to drive towards us with the sun behind. We got some backlit sunrise shots with us on the cars and around the cars. It's just, there's so much you can do. And the only thing it takes is a little bit of effort. Get up early. It's great to be up, the 4 a.m. club. Get into that habit. It's one of the most beautiful parts of the day, especially when you're traveling and when you're out in the field, in a safari location or a place like this. So in there in a great time. We have another night left going to Witsand today, where we're going to focus on some different kind of photography, great dunes to drive in, and just to have a bit of fun as the trip slowly draws to an end.
I wanna shout out to the world so they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on. And she loves me, yeah, she loves me, and it blows my mind. Yeah, it blows my mind. She's my love.
Witsand Nature Reserve has a 4x4 track which you have to do with a guide to keep you on the correct roads. And we were going for one specific shot.
Final destination, Witsand Nature Reserve. Beautiful place to be. It's completely different to where we've been and where we have found ourselves on the trip. From the dry pans to the rocky ridges, now we are in the Kalahari Desert, beautiful sand. The name of the nature reserve even means white sand, and as you can see from the footage, it is really stunning. And the shot that I'm after here, if you think sand, you think 4x4, traction and wheel spin, that's the shot I'm after. To give the vehicle a sense of place in the beautiful sand with the blue sky, and then also just those tires spinning and churning up the sand as the tires are looking for traction and grip. So I'm going to try it. Hopefully we get that shot. Hopefully I'm able to show you, but it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, the process and the hunt, just like you would in wildlife photography, go to the Serengeti for the migration or to Kruger for leopards. Here we're coming here to get the cars in the sand, to get some traction going. Let's go see if we can get the shot.
Christy,
Hello, Dad.
are you once again the stunt driver?
I am Marlon's personal stunt driver, yes.
What does it take to be a stunt driver?
What does it take?
Yes.
You got to know kilowatts, know Hilux power, and when to use throttle response and brake and acceleration.
She loves me, yeah, she loves me, and it blows my mind. Yeah, it blows my mind. She's my lover. She's my lover.
So, last day of the trip, what can I say? Just an incredible experience. Looking through the photographs of some of the shots that we were able to get, all the way from the beginning, all the way to end yesterday at Verneukpan, today in the dunes, playing around, just getting epic content, and an amazing experience, guys. 4 days. Just if you're looking for adventure, if you're South African, it's right around the corner. It's so doable. It's almost pretty much on your doorstep. I mean, we were out, left on Monday, back on a Friday, which is tomorrow, and we just have memories. We have friendship that's been formed, met new people, and just had a blast. And I think that's what it's about. If I think of my relationship, my friendship with Ironman 4x4 South Africa and Africa, it's not just about putting a suspension in or a bull bar or the accessories, or they put this incredible inverter system so I can run my laptop. It's not just about that. to me, my lifestyle is to get out into nature, to get out into the field, to explore, to experience. I mean, that's essentially what it's about. And for me, it's not so much about having the gears as more about the gear being able to get me to where I want to go. And that's it. You know, you want something reliable, you want something that's been tested, that stands the test of time. And I think that's what we were able to show here, to get the vehicles into hospitable terrain. I mean, inhospitable terrain. We went through rugged bushveld, we went through sand, we went through mud, we were at speed, we were at low rain. We literally did so much in this video, and there were no hiccups, which means it leads you to have a great time. It's what I look for in my profession. A camera, for example, that just gets me the shot. I go from the Himalayas down to Chile, down to Patagonia. My camera is my tool, it's my workhorse. It shouldn't let me down, and that's what this does. The gear from Ironman South Africa, it just allows you to focus on the experience, focus on your family, make sure you're comfortable in a rooftop tent under the stars. And you know, for me, that's what I look back on, is I was able to fully immerse myself in the time we had here, truly enjoy it, and walk home with amazing imagery. And hopefully you learned, hopefully you picked up on a few tips. We could go more technical. I could delve right into what ISO is and f-stop and how it works with the camera, and I'm sure you can find that. And if you want to know more, you know, leave it in the comment. We'll do more of that. I'm sure there'll be more episodes and we can get a bit bit more technical, but hopefully you enjoyed the experience and you learned more about the storytelling part of photography. The experience of photography, the enjoyment of photography. And all of us love our trucks, we love being out here in nature, we love taking our families along, and we love to capture it. And that ultimately is what this was about and what we try to show you as well. So I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Ironman 4x4 Africa channel for more epic content like this. This is certainly the first one with me, but I'm sure there'll be many more coming in the next few years. So stay tuned for that. Keep an eye out on social media as well, and certainly the channel over here. Thank you for following along. Much appreciation from us over here in Witsand. Thank you so much.
Hey, Stephen.
Yes, sir.
Do you know what these are?
I do.
What do you call them in Jersey?
Industrial strength cable ties.
Okay, cable ties. I'll go with it.
Yeah,
Zip
okay.
ties, cable ties.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
very handy for all kinds of things.
Including handcuffing people.
Oh, that'll come in handy, yeah.
Yeah.
But tonight,
Yes, sir.
there's a very special purpose for these cable ties.
And what is that?
So what I want you to do is I want you to put one of them like this
Yeah.
around young Marlon's prop shaft. His drive shaft. What do you call that in Jersey?
Drive shaft. Yeah.
Yeah, drive shaft. There you go. And then the second one you put over the end like this, so it protrudes long like that. So tomorrow morning, after his dune driving today, tomorrow morning when he pulls away, from underneath his vehicle he's going to hear ding, 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 and he's going to go into, he's going to go mental.
Perfect.
All right.
Yeah.
Can you manage that?
Let's do it.
Giddy up.
Who dares wins, right? Let's go. Ready?
This is going to be epic.
We're about to drive. Marlon doesn't know a thing. Marlon is stressing badly. His face says it. Oh. Turn off. Welcome to Ironman 4x4.
Ja, baie snaaks jou. Ons kom so 'n minuut. Ek moet net 'n cable tie afhaal en draai shaft. Hoe moet ek daai ding nou afkry?
I get the Leatherman.
So this is just making the most of the props you find out in the field, and just Ons gaan nog gestenig word. Ek gaan na jou bakkie toe.
I'll take it.
Marlon, you seem wet.
I am wet. It's freaking raining in June. Cold. But this makes my heart warm. My tummy. In fact, I'm saying my heart, touching my tummy. That's how hungry I am. Just do it.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I almost
Take one.
Jerry. Hi, Graham. My name is Marlon du Toit from Tanda Afrika, and we are in the Northern Cape. Driving on extremely bad gravel roads.
How does the camera work in these landscapes?
How does camera work?
Yeah.
I don't know. My name is Marlon du Toit from Kentucky. My nice shirt. Okay. And my Ray-Bans. Listen to my exhaust!
I need a back massage, Turkey. Any plans? Oh, come on, man. Disappointment. I'll try again later.
Oh, can't believe I'm spinning Marlon's vehicle. Wow. Marlon du Toit's car.